Story time. But before I share, I want to chat about something. So, society, I feel, has kind of trained us with this whole if then reward scenario. So, what I mean by that is if I get an A on my test, then I get to go get an ice cream cone. Or if I enroll the new client, then I'll treat myself to something. If I get the new job, then I'll buy the clothes. And it's like, that's how we've become trained, right? Is that it's the if then. If such and such happens, then you treat yourself to something else. And what I've realized over the past few years is that when you are creating the life that you truly desire and when you have a vision for something, you actually have to flip that. So let me explain with a little story. So I have this gorgeous Celine handbag that, gosh, I think I've had it for like 7-8 years. And at the time I bought it, it was such a treat. And it was this beautiful gray pebbled leather, just this beautiful, beautiful bag. And I was so excited when I bought it. And at the time it was absolutely perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. It fit for me. It was beautiful. And just as time went on and as I evolved, I realized that it wasn't in alignment for me anymore. It was starting to feel too heavy. It just didn't really fit my aesthetic, my vibe. And so I knew that it was time to sell it because I had barely even worn the bag. It was in beautiful, beautiful condition. So I felt like, you know what, let me sell it. Let me pass it on to someone else that can really enjoy the bag. And then I'll buy myself another bag that I really want. You see what I'm doing there? The if then. So the bag, I thought it was going to sell so fast, and I had it on a really good resale site, and it sat and sat and sat, and literally like a year went by, and I started to think, you know what, maybe it's not going to sell. Maybe this is my sign that, maybe I actually like the bag and I should keep it. So I started to justify why I should keep the bag, and it dawned on me why the bag wasn't selling. So I recently was in Portugal, and Europe right now it's a beautiful time to buy leather goods, especially designer bags in Europe. That's a whole other video. So I was like, gosh, I'm not going to miss this opportunity. I'm in Portugal. I'm going to buy the bag that I really want to buy the bag that I want. And I set the intention. I was like, you know what? Okay. And I had a close call. Like I thought someone was interested in the Celine, and I thought she was going to buy it before I left on my trip. And I was like, oh, wouldn't that be beautiful? Then I'll feel so good about buying the new bag. And yet I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to treat myself to the bag I really want right now. And I just know in my heart that the Celine is going to sell. I just know it has to, it has to sell. So there's someone out there that wants this bag, and it's perfect for them right now. And so in Portugal, sure enough, I treated myself to the bag that I've had my heart set on. And would you believe that literally like 2 days later, I think it was 2 days later, I got an offer on the Celine, and we went back and forth a little bit on the price and ended up with exactly the price that I had in my mind for it. And it's now off on its way to the new owner. And I just think it's such a cool story because I saw how I was falling into that, like, oh, if it sells, then I'll buy the bag. And the reality is when I shifted and when I said to myself, you know what, no, I have complete faith and trust that the bag is going to sell. So I am going to go ahead and invest in the one that I want, knowing that in taking that action, it will cause the Celine to sell. And sure enough, it did. So that's where I think a lot of people have manifestation just a little bit off, right? Where there needs to be a little bit of tweaks. It's really about having such strong belief that what you want, what you desire, what you are creating, you just know that it's going to happen. You might not know how, and that's cool. We don't usually know how. That's where we get to leave it up to the universe and up to spirit and source to let all of that magic happen. Yet when you just know in your heart that something is going to happen and you have full faith and then you take aligned action, it's actually causing it to happen faster because you're putting everything in motion, because you're like, yeah, of course it's going to happen. Of course I'm going to sell that Celine bag. So I'm going to go ahead and treat myself to the new one. And so I know I'm using an example of a purse, but this is really applicable in all areas of life. Like take this teaching and really you can apply it to all areas of life. So whether it's even like waiting to buy the perfect first day outfit for a new job until you have the job. No. You buy the outfit now, knowing that you're going to have the amazing job to wear it to. It's just like, I don't know, waiting to get in shape until you have a big event. No. Get in shape now, like to feel good, because when you feel good and your energy is high vibe and you're already like in that energetic state, then what you truly want is going to come to you. So That's really what it's all about. And that's the cool thing about how to use style consciously, like I did with the purse, right? So it's not just about like obviously buying the new thing because you know the other thing is going to sell, but also, as I was mentioning, like dressing the part, knowing that the part is coming. So it's getting yourself in that energetic vibration for it, and creating your reality based on what you want versus what's actually happening around you. So that's where the magic happens. And I can't wait to start rocking my new purse.